Hello, I'm Dennis McDonald. This is A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com. This is a Spirit of the St. Louis telephone. Very nice telephone. This is a collector's phone. We see these from time to time, and they had a lot of options on them. This is for a customer of ours, Mike, and he mailed it to us from Missouri. The customer complained that this telephone, if you plugged it in, you could dial a number real quick, but it would never release the line. So basically the telephone is shorting the line out. Everything worked on the phone, except for it would hold the line open until it made the line go busy, so it would short the line. He was never able to check the bell because there's no way to hang this telephone up. I noticed another problem with this telephone while we were working on the telephone. The customer probably never noticed it. You may or may not be able to see it in the video here. This is a spiral piece of metal. It's it's to kind of keep the line from bending real sharply. It's almost like a slinky in a way. It's just wire wound the handset cord here. Right here you can see the green and the yellow wires hanging out of it. Basically it's been pulled from the handset here at the voice capsule. So that needs to be reinstalled into the handset unit. It's pulled out. And although it may have worked, it wouldn't last very long like that because it's actually, this spiral is only supposed to be a couple inches out here, not supposed to be pulled out like a slinky. So that basically has to be fixed, repaired. The customer probably didn't notice that because he was worried about this other problem with the shorted line. And I want to get a couple of shots of this telephone for you. On the front here we have a switch for the ringer light, and then the ringer volume, speaker phone. Has a nice light here when the telephone comes on. It's got redial, flash, store, memory. It's a pretty nice phone. And then the tag on the front of it just basically says Spirit of St. Louis. We have this telephone already open. I'm going to get it to a point where we can see what's going on. Here's where the line cord plugs in. This is over here. This is the panel, the bottom panel for it. And here's the main PC board, which I wanted to show you. Put a little something under this telephone to get it up in the air so we can see what's going on. Sometimes these things can be a little pesky when you're doing this all by one hand. Now the first thing that you want to do when you have a problem like this, you see a lot of wires here hanging that I have. This board is one of the hardest boards to get out of a telephone, okay? We've worked on quite a few of these, and it's just a very difficult board to remove. A lot of these wires that you see are very short wires that go to like bell, to the microphone, and things like that. You have to do this in order to work on the phone. You don't want to take the board out, because if you start repairing on this board and you have it totally out of the phone, you're not going to know if it works because you got all this stuff disconnected. So you got to put a lot of jumpers on here. I don't know that you'll be able to see this, but I'm going to try to get onto the underside. In here next to this capacitor are some diodes that you want to check, your incoming diodes. So you want to check them right away. Okay, anytime you have a shorted line. But that's not the problem. Okay, I've went through this telephone and I located one of the transistors, and I have it over here. I want to show you real quick. I don't know if anyone here watching the video has ever, if you're just interested in electronics or you know about electronics, but I'm going to try to make the final connection onto this transistor. And you hear my transistor checker. And in this mode and this mode, now watch the meter. It shoots all the way to the right. I'm going to go up to the next mode, all the way to the right. All the way to the right. And then I'm going to disconnect this transistor. That's an indication that the transistor is shorted. A good transistor would have just barely thrown the needle up a little bit. See this yellow and this green, these are different types of transistors, okay, and they don't want to just throw the needle a little bit, okay, within their value. When they throws the needle all the way over or in the middle, they're shorted if they're past their value here. So right off the bat, that's a bad transistor that we found. We found some bad solder traces and stuff that we didn't like, and some connections that we didn't like, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was a transistor, and this little guy right here we replaced. And so now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I am going to plug the line cord in, and you may be able to hear this dial tone. And I'm going to hang it up. You probably hear my analyzer kicking on and off. It'll turn on here in a second. And you heard the bell. I hung up. Dial tone. Hung up. Okay, now I'm going to put something under the hook switch, and I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell. And here's the bell right here. I'm going to release the hook switch, and then I'm going to hit a couple of numbers underneath here with my hand. I'm going to reach under here and you can see over here at the analyzer 2, 5, 6, or 7, 4, 6, 2, 2 again, 6, 2. So, the telephone, we're going to do some final checks on it. We're also going to repair this receiver. I want to take this out and kind of show you this. Basically what's happened here is the line cord has to be, or the handset cord has to be loosened up inside and taken back into the handset and tied off with a bracket or something so that it does not pull out again. So that's basically one other repair that we're going to have to do to the telephone, and the telephone probably will be done after that. We'll do things like check for static and, check, make sure he's got good receive, good voice, and just make sure that all the functions work, redial, flash, and all the lights and everything. And basically we'll be done. So anyway, that's a Spirit of St. Louis Telephone. Thank you for watching. This is A1 Telephone. Thank you.